here. I can hear somebody.
Hey, what's up, man?
What is up, Gravedigger?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you guys doing today?
Good. Do I need to read any more of this stuff, Johnny?
I don't think so.
Here's Erica Kirk. My daughter and I, we talked about this at night. She'd ask, what do you think Daddy did in heaven today? And I'll have her relay that back to me. And we've come to the understanding. So she's telling her daughter what her dad's doing in heaven. Is there like, I understand that you got to say something, but you don't have to go on TV and tell everyone this, do you? This isn't good.
That seems pretty unhealthy.
This isn't a good thing, right? Like,
this is living in a whole different simulacrum over here.
they didn't do anything in heaven. Spiritually, he's in heaven. We don't know what's going on up there. You're not telling your kid that your dad got gas for his Chrysler up in heaven today, and he went to the nudie bar in heaven. Are you? That's not the way to do it. He's a spiritual, he's in with Jesus. We don't know what happens up there, but his essence is preserved. He's up there, and we're gonna meet again someday. It's like not an itinerary of what she's fucking itinerarying him from death. She's got a calendar set up for this motherfucker in heaven.
A calendar for eternity. That's a fucking crazy move.
Oh,
That's a lot more common than you guys would think.
That makes me sick to hear, actually.
yeah. So, Gravedigger, I've really enjoyed your stories that you've mailed in from time to time and your escapades. Johnny was showing me an image you sent him of a smokestack that was exploding because someone loaded a really, really fat person in your crematorium oven. And then you sent me a picture that looked like a walk-in freezer that you said was was a crematorium for fat people.
Yes. So
What the fuck's going on in your life?
You
Just
could park
tell
a forklift in that fucking...
It looked like the Peter Griffin forklift.
Yeah.
He's so fat that he can't move around anymore.
Totally fit it in there.
Tell people, don't give all your information away, but give as much as you want to introduce yourself.
Of course. So, yep, I'm the Gravedigger. That's what pretty much everybody calls me, but I don't do too much digging graves anymore. It's mostly just moving bodies. And those fatties are something else. So what you saw was an oversized cremation retort, which is essentially a gigantic burner for the fatties. And that photo that you saw was a literal grease fire volcano that resulted from not slow cooking a fatty. You gotta slow cook the fatties.
Like a hibachi onion volcano.
But much worse, yes, and
Jesus.
smells much more terrible too.
Oh,
So,
what does it smell like? What are the burning? Can you tell if they're fat? Can you tell how
Yes.
big they are based on how they smell when they're cooking?
always, I can always tell if we have a fatty going because it smells like if you were cooking bacon that went bad.
Oh God!
Yeah, it's pretty egregious.
Oh.
So what happened there was an intern had put a
You got interns at the fucking graveyard?
Yeah, lots of them. So we're training people left and right, hopefully to make sure shit like this doesn't happen. That guy never worked again.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They're already dead.
You would think what's the worst?
Kill
that
more
could
people
happen.
with a dead body?
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, he shoved him into a regular sized crematory retort, which I really don't even know how he was physically possible or able to do.
Wait, Gravedigger, I have a quick question.
Yes, of course.
Do you have ratchet straps as like a loss leader? Like, do you just
do you burn them?
We do actually have ratchets that we need to use, and we have giant dead body movers. They're called dead body lifts that are essentially ratchets that hurl the giant people around.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
God.
I'm assuming you have to leave the strap on when you throw it in. Do you just like have like,
You reuse the strap?
every month we get like 300 fresh ones in?
Yeah,
or
good question.
So what actually it is when you get cremated, you're essentially put into a big old shoebox with a bunch of cardboard jammed in there, and then you're put on a rolling mechanism and kind of rolled in there.
Like
but
Scrooge.
the fatties,
Like Scrooge.
yes, exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The fatties though are a different procedure. So when you,
What's the weight limit where you become a fat cremation?
over 300, you're technically oversized, and you need to go in the big one. But over 600 is when the magic happens.
What?
So
How
over
long have you been
600
doing this?
Oh, my whole life. So I'm a 5th generation death care worker. My dad did it, his dad, his dad. We've been doing it 140 years.
Dude, so you have like Old West morticians and like undertakers
Oh, yeah.
in your
Yep.
fucking family tree. Wow.
Years and years. We've done it a long time. So we got a lot of weird stories, a lot of weird shit going on.
Okay.
Which is interesting. But when you have a over 600-pound person and they need to be cremated, first of all, we need to send you somewhere where they cremate animals like horses and cows and things like that.
The glue factory.
Essentially, yes, that's where they have the equipment to really
They ever
handle it.
accidentally mix them up, like you send a hippopotamus's ashes home with the family or something?
You know, there have been some mix-up, never from me or from anybody that I've worked with, but there
Yeah.
have been some bad mix-ups in the funeral industry.
Yeah.
With the fatties getting cremated, if you've ever seen the end of Toy Story 3 where they're all slowly being put into the burner,
Yeah.
essentially what you have to do is chain each limb up like a human puppet on literal chains and slowly drag them into the
Ew.
gigantic.
Which way first? Or it's the side? Does it matter?
Inside, you're kind of just heaving it. You're praying to God they don't have
Oh
fall
my God,
out, you
dude.
know
Who
what
had
I
to
mean?
figure this? Because, like, I got to imagine even over your lifetime, the bodies have been getting fatter and fatter.
Oh yeah, they really have. We've actually had to adjust almost every single bit of equipment for fatties. Even regular caskets have to be, because some people are more dense than they are large.
Yeah.
You know, so you can still be heavy and be small looking. It's
Do you
pretty
guys put
deceiving.
wings on the dead people too? Like with AI?
Some classic AI wings. That's more of a black funeral thing, really.
Oh, you guys don't do black funerals?
Do you
Well,
use
my
AI to
family
make them
does own
black?
a black funeral home as well. So.
Wait,
Oh.
your friend has a black funeral home?
Yes, so my family owns 3 different funeral home brands, which I find extremely strange, frankly, and deceitful. Yeah, it's all part of the industrialization of funeral homes, which I got to watch growing up. It's actually pretty interesting how they work now. It's not really the traditional, just like one old creepy guy doing everything. It's a really industrial process.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
You're going to the horse cremation center.
Yeah. What
Okay,
what
wait.
used
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're all good. I would just say what used to be just one guy, the funeral director, which was very high paid,
Yeah.
would get you, embalm you, do your funeral service, take that first call, do everything.
Yeah.
It has essentially been broken to its summit parts, and I don't think we're better for it.
Why is that? Why did it get broken up?
It got broken up actually in the 90s from a guy called Ray Lowen, who started the Lowen Group, who actually communicated a lot with my father, who stole his business model. He invented what is referred to as the care center. So that's a central location that all the bodies are taken to and embalmed so that you can operate like 15 to 20 funeral homes at the same time in the same area.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there's like a recyc now. It's not
Yes.
just... I want it to be an old creepy guy
Wait, so did
I
they
do
ship the
too.
bodies to Africa to be processed further?
with machetes.
Well, if you're on a cruise ship, you might not get so lucky. They got their own embalming rooms on there.
Whoa.
On cruise ships?
Yeah, we got a guy from a cruise ship one time that they embalmed him on the cruise ship, and when we got him, they filled that motherfucker full of sheets, like bed sheets and shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. 'cause
Why did they do that?
I have no idea.
They embalmed him
because-
with bed sheets?
Yeah, so we got him, you know, and I took him in for intake, and he had a giant bag that was supposed to be his possessions, but it was a little too heavy. So as I went through it, I saw that it was all of his organs, and I thought to myself, well, if all of his organs are in this bag, what's in?
What's in the?
Yeah.
If the organs are in the bag, then what's in the? Humana.
You got your peanut
Yeah,
butter in
I
my
know.
chocolate. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
whoa,
much how it
whoa, whoa. Okay, he sent me this link that says funeral director Anita Singh accidentally gave a family their deceased son's brain instead of his clothes after the family requested his clothes back from the funeral home.
Yeah, it's horrible. I assume it's called "Do Not Redeem Funerals" or something like that. But
You'll have to turn the volume down on your end, dude.
Oh, I don't need. I mean, I think
I'm
it's
sorry
in the
if
headline.
I'm all fucked up, guys.
No,
No,
you're
no, you're
great.
good,
You're
yeah.
great. I think all the important details are in the headline.
Yeah, they are definitely.
Yeah. How did they send the brain back?
Well, that's all kind of part of what I was talking about, where it's all been broken down. So instead of it just being that creepy guy who shows up and does the removal at your home and embalms you and then takes that property, it's
Yeah.
now been broken down to there's a call center that you call into with most funeral
Oh
homes. So you're not
no.
even talking to a real person. They then dispatch a third party removal service who's just a guy like me who picks up bodies. They'll then go to a trade embalmer who's just doing the embalming, sometimes another trade cosmetologist who then goes off to a director. So by the time the director is dealing with the family, you've gone through 4 or 5 levels of separation. And the director is not really involved in that embalming process and stuff. So
So they
and I'm
just
not
show
making
up. The dead guy just shows up and like, all right, I guess this is the funeral. Here
yeah,
we
this
go.
is what they're glorified wedding planners essentially at this point. So what probably happened with this particular SAR is that she went into the embalming center and just grabbed a bag that had the guy's name on it, not checking anything and not being aware.
They keep the brains in a bag?
Yes. So when you get an autopsy at any coroner's office, they're going to cut you open in the Y incision, take out all of your organs and examine them, and then put all those organs back inside of you in red, extremely obvious biohazard bags, and then
Okay.
sew you back up.
Oh.
So they took the bags out of the person, set them to the side, and then that lady came in and handed it off.
So just don't ask for anything back if you don't want that to happen. You
Well,
don't need the clothes, really.
Yeah.
Just like keep it all. I don't care.
that funeral home is owned by SEI. It's Service Corporation International, and it's the modern rendition of the Lowen Group, who got sued out of existence. SCI owns 2,000 funeral homes in North America and has approximately 20% of the market share. And what they do is they'll buy a small family funeral home that's going out of business and keep the name.
Dude, that happens across everything now. Like
Yes.
vets, my local vet guy sold his practice to some big, I think like Mars Candy or Petco or something. Somebody's buying up everything, no matter what it is, and then the service just goes to shit because
Yeah, it goes
they don't
horrible.
care who they're hiring, and the people working there they can't like make as much money as they otherwise would, so they don't give a shit.
Not at all. So the funeral director was such a well-paid position that they just chopped up all of its pay and spread it all around. And every person is less qualified than the next. I mean,
Yeah.
I've met some removalists that are really fucked up.
So, okay, so what are the fuck ups? What's the besides the fat volcano? How are they fucking
Well,
up?
We have a lot of different kinds of little fuck ups, but I prefer to focus on interesting cases and pranks because I really love doing pranks.
Okay, what are your favorite pranks?
I love a good prank that I like to pull is whenever you have somebody who has prosthetic legs and you need to get them into a casket. What you need to do is you need to get an intern and tell them to help you put them in the casket.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go and grab the legs, they pull very hard, and then the legs fly off and they fall backwards. It's pretty great. Every single one is a different reaction, and the reaction will tell me what.
How
you're
do the
gonna be.
interns? Is this their first time around dead bodies? Like that?
Yeah, and they got me, and I'm just the worst. So I'm doing horrible shit all the time. I like to trap them in the cooler. That's a good one. Just kind of shove them back in there. But I'm very serious about teaching people how to properly do this job because there's a lot of intense situations that you end up in, and you got to be able to keep a good poker face.
Yeah, like what?
A good example is I have off the top of my head a couple of funny ones. So,
okay.
would you rather hear about what I think is a horrible but very funny suicide?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah, we're just gonna go into that one.
Yeah.
So I got the call. It was late in the middle of the night, and I got the call for a gunshot. And so I presumed that it was going to be some type of suicide, especially because I saw that we're in a nice little suburb. That's generally what happens in those. So the details aren't too important, but I got to the house, and when I got there, it was one hell of a scene. You know, you got family outside crying and losing it. You got kids just totally freaking the fuck out. You got the purple shirts there, and those guys are kind of the crisis intervention to make sure nobody else kills
God.
themselves, right? That's
Really?
their job. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're the purple.
Or else
when
it's
you
like a
show
big
up-
wave of everyone shooting themselves because they're so
Yeah,
distraught.
Well, because you'll find, you know what I mean, dad's dead, and then you're like, fuck
Fuck
it,
it,
I
I'm
guess
dead
I should
too.
go. Yeah, and then the kids see it, and it's like, well, fuck it, the gun's still here. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. And
So
this
you
was
gotta
discovered
prevent-
over trial and error, I assume, over the
Definitely,
centuries.
yeah. The purple shirts were needed, and they came into play about 20 years ago. Um, so I get into the scene, you know what I mean? The officer takes me in and he says, "Okay, here he is." And it was certainly dark. This guy blew his head off with a shotgun in his kid's room. It
Ugh.
was wild. I
Oh.
mean,
Ugh.
there's just fucking blood everywhere. I mean, it's as bad as you think when somebody blows their head off with a shotgun. There's really not much
Is there any
left,
head
but
left over, or is it like Metalocalypse, where it's like a tongue sticking out of a throat?
you know that like retard meme where the guy has like a tiny brain and he's like, duh, you know what I mean? It's like sticking out. He kinda
Wait,
looked like
which
that.
one? Which what? Oh yeah, when his head is like
Like a brain
Yeah,
jack.
it's like
yeah.
caved in.
Brain
Yeah,
jack,
that's kind of
okay.
what it looks like.
that's
yeah.
what it looks like. Ow!
Yeah, it's stupid as fuck.
Okay.
So I'm in here, and in this case, I'm working with the coroner. So my job is to get this body out without any damage to the evidence. Now, I noticed that.
So you
because
have to
it's in
be
his-
careful, like Pulp
Oh, yeah.
Fiction, like you're picking bits of brains up everywhere
Yeah, I've definitely had to get
in some kid's
scalp
room.
on.
How old is the
It was
kid?
horrible. Oh, they're like 3, 5,
Oh
6, like
Jesus
they're young.
Christ!
So there's all these toys all over the room that are now covered in like horrifying brain matter and spinal fluid. So I'm putting him in the bag and I realized, oh my God, like this fucking kid still has to live here. Like they're gonna come up here. So I start just like throwing toys in the body bag because I'm like, dude, what if they like go to hug a Furby and it's like dad's brain? You know what I mean?
Dad's brain.
Fuck.
So I'm throwing all these toys inside of this body bag, and it's, you know, it's dark. I still hear people outside screaming.
Are you
And
on
I
the
go to
clock?
zip
Like,
up.
do you you can't take all day? Like, they gotta go back to sleep, right? Like, do you have to hurry?
You need
Is
to
it like
move
supermarket sweep?
I would be fucked
You
if I
need
had
to move
OT. Yeah.
swiftly. You do need to move swiftly, just mostly to prevent a giant, terrifying stain on the ground, more blood getting everywhere,
Oh my
or
God!
the
And
family
you're not
coming in.
sick at all. Like, you're not gonna throw up or anything like that. You just like don't care.
I've definitely thrown up. I feel like if you get to the point where you actually don't care, you need to stop doing the fucking job.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
So I end up throwing all these toys in this bag, and I'm like, oh my God, like I really got to make sure that this is like all as clean as I can get it. So we got it as good as we could. I get my partner with me because I always show up with 2 people, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna start going down the stairs because we're upstairs. Well, we started going down the stairs, and it didn't occur to me that some of these toys had batteries. So the bag starts going like, I love you, and doing like all these like horrible like kid noises, like little songs like let's dance, like popping out of the bag, like as we're going. So like the whole time we're like wheeling them out, I'm trying to be like as solemn as I possibly can, and it's just like I love you, like muffled under blood, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude.
And the kid, the whole family's there hearing the
Everybody's-
dead
yeah, no, it's
bag
awful.
of body parts,
Your dad's
And I'm
fine.
like-
He's just saying hi in the back.
talking like Elmo. Tickle me Elmos.
Trying to remain any semblance of professionalism. It was bad. I've often told people that the only difference between comedy and horror is the music, and that's definitely one of those
That's
instances.
that's
Mhm.
true. Oh.
So
God damn.
situations like that,
And because
I mean,
you've
you
heard
got-
those fucking toys at that point like 10 million times a day, every day
Yeah.
for years.
So it's like a sick, like it's a sick thing.
It's
to
like
have in
yakety
the back of
sax.
your head. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of. I hear that music in my head when I'm moving fat people out of houses because it's always just such a clusterfuck. My dad told me, and he was correct, that fat people, like turkeys, always go to the highest point they can in the home to die, elevation wise.
Oh yeah, okay.
For some reason, they're always in places where I don't know how they got there. One was
Crammed up
halfway
into
in
the
attic.
rafters and stuff. One was in the attic, you said?
Yeah, halfway into the attic. So he like had got in there, and his fat was holding them up inside of there. We had to get there fast before
And he died
separated.
midway between the attic and the rest of the house?
Oh yeah, definitely. So that'll happen. You'll see fat people whenever they go and do an exertive
Anything.
activity that's
Yeah.
further. Yeah, pretty much anything. That's about it.
Heart attack. Boom. And then
Yep, definitely.
they're stuck halfway.
Yeah, the fats are they're everywhere, man. I mean, that obesity rate is really no joke, and it will fucking kill you. Like you're dead,
Yeah.
which is unreasonably dark.
Oh, now I got to go play all the little toys in my son's room and see which one is the worst to having a bag of body parts.
They're all pretty bad. When you have like the cow says moo like underneath dad's brain, it's pretty fucked up.
Can the bags rip open? Ever?
Funny that you ask that, actually.
Yeah.
They do constantly.
Constantly,
For some reason, at hospitals, they use bags that I'm pretty sure are by the fucking Dorito company because they just pop open anytime you try and move somebody.
Well, because my diaper bags break all the time. I get this impulse to like swing them around because I'm like trying to stave off insanity, and I've done it once, twice, and both times, like I don't know why they make the diaper bag thinner than the normal trash, but both times it's torn. I assume that dead body bags, they would make them even more thin too.
Yeah, they're trash.
Increase the hazards.
Well, it's like coffin flop wasn't a joke. It was like a real...
It was not. I can say very proudly that neither me nor my family has dropped somebody in 140 years, but
oh wow,
that's
I
amazing.
can't say the same for quite a few others.
Do you have that on a plaque anywhere in the funeral home? Haven't dropped
No,
a body?
they wouldn't. They wouldn't let me do all kinds of different shit in the funeral home. They also won't let me do any extreme embalming, which is what I want to do.
What is that? Like muscles and stuff? Give them a big smile, like Buddy Jesus, Buddy Christ.
He's holding the
that
skateboard.
is part of it.
Big wiener.
You essentially embalm yourself in a way where you're performing an action. So I would like embalm myself, like sitting there reading a book, and then invite people to my funeral, and I'm right there reading a book.
Would that look right, or would it look weird?
Oh, it'd be horrifying and terrible. I think it would be awesome, you know what I mean? But my family told me it would bring shame upon 5 generations, so I'm not.
Oh wow, that's quite a thing
all the
to lay
reason
on
to
somebody.
do it.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say we got to change this game up a little bit.
They probably wouldn't like the AI wings though, and that's cool.
Mhm.
Everybody likes that. The Charlie Kirk people love that shit.
The Black Funeral Home really did want to start doing that, and nobody would let them, which was pretty funny.
That's bullshit. They need that.
You could be making a killing off of that.
Yeah, black people need to see that heaven stuff.
The
closure.
tributes that people do are all pretty interesting, and the rituals are pretty interesting too. And I see a lot of them doing the picking up of dead bodies. So a general funeral director might pick up 50 to 100 bodies a year if he's like a normal guy, and I'm doing thousands. So
You're
I
picking
see
up thousands of bodies?
Literally thousands. I've probably picked up, I don't even fucking know at this point how many people.
Like Wilt Chamberlain picked up 10,000 bodies.
I know one guy had a lot of beans in him. That was wild.
Oh, how do you know?
Well, we opened him up and he was full of fucking beans.
Oh.
He died in those like silos, like the soybean silos.
Oh.
Yeah, he fell into one of those and drowned and just like slowly sunk into it. He had beans in every single different pore. It was terrifying.
I just imagine you cutting it open or cutting them up and being like, "What is this? Some fucking joke?" Like,
how do you?
Well, there was definitely some loud. This individual ate beans.
I was. That's that's kind of what I was hoping for. Okay.
You have to have a sick sense of humor. Unfortunately, in this industry, it's full of a lot of vetoes. That's the only way I can explain it. It's like 70% of people are like Vito's personality in this industry.
How so?
Really,
how would you describe that personality?
It's like an emotionally manipulative form. I don't know how to. It's like they're coming when they hear about something bad happen.
Oh, really? To
Yeah,
other people?
like
they really like it.
They're like eating it up. And hospice nurses have the same thing. It's like they're like coming when somebody dies. And I'm like, you're fucked.
Really? They have they take like a pleasure in. Do you think they start with that? Like that's what brings them to the profession? Or do you think they develop it as like a coping mechanism?
I think they start with that. The coping mechanisms that people develop are really different. Like mine is just drinking a shit ton. You know what I mean? Classic. I keep it classy.
That happens to non-funeral.
That's cool, yeah.
People too.
That was a good point.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird. I didn't know that.
No, we got a lot of stuff. What's interesting also to think about, I'll throw this out there, is the equipment that generally is made to save your life can also create some really terrifying effects afterwards, like sleep apnea machines. Don't die with one of those on.
What happens?
Well, that machine is essentially breathing for you whenever you stop breathing. So if you die while that's on, it will still force your lungs to breathe. So you will have this like literal dead guy being forced to breathe. So not only is it scary and unsettling, it can also activate the vocal cords. So they're moaning and making freaky noises. But
Like
what's
Bender.
worse is that the fluid that's in the lungs begins to drain out of the face, so they're just like a bloody nightmare. Like it's a fucking horror movie.
Jesus.
God.
You ever have to fish someone out of a jacuzzi?
No, but I did have to get 5 people out of a pool once.
5 people?
Yeah, it was really fucked up. So it was in a rich neighborhood, and they were all drunk old people, not like old. I'm gonna say probably 50s. Um, and they ended up in the pool, and they were having there were cameras, so we got a chance to see everything. They were having a contest to see who could hold their breath under the water the
Oh,
longest.
no,
Jesus.
fucking boomers. They love holding their breath.
It's so much worse because they're
All 5 of
under
them
there.
held their breath to death under the
Even-
pool?
Well, they went under, and while they were under, the pool had a cover that was on a timer. So the plastic pool cover.
That's like Final
covered-
Destination shit.
Yeah, no, it was fucked up, dude. We had to get them out with like all kinds of slings and chains, and when people die in water, I mean, it's really ugly. You end up with a soggy mess real quick. Sorry, I'm pretty bad at I bring the tone down a little bit.
I know we're loving.
I
this.
mean,
This is
that's the
fuck.
realization that they're all in a breath holding contest, and it's just enough time for the automated pool covering system.
It's really the ultimate like boomer ego like thing to see. You know what I mean? Like you all had such egoism that you could hold longer than the other one, that you went from there. I think what really did it is that they started on the side that the thing was covering them with. So I think some of them realized they were starting to get covered and just didn't move fast enough.
Jesus Christ.
Because there was a little bit of struggle signs underneath it in the video. It was pretty fucked up.
And you're doing this 1,000 times a year.
Yeah, and you wonder, everybody wonders why I drink. And I'm like, you motherfuckers would drink too.
Okay.
People would
That's
be doing
pretty
way
fucked up.
worse.
Those are 2 pretty fucked up stories, man.
It's I find myself in the position a lot because of being essentially a removalist. I end up being, in cases like that, there's a lot of police there, and a lot of times they're pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
But if it's a nursing home or a hospital or something, I'm pretty much the last line of defense to say that this was a natural death, because nobody comes out and checks.
That's what you were saying in your email that you wrote before.
And I've seen a couple coming out of nursing homes, especially, where I get there and I'm like, oh, this is obviously a case of elder abuse. I need to call somebody.
Wow.
That's fucking wild.
Does everybody who does what you do look for stuff like that, or are you special?
No. So most people just kind of do this. A lot of them do it for that weird coming sense that I talked about.
Man, that is fucked. So we really should be suspicious of these people. That
100%.
That is fucked up to hear.
Well, I stopped associating even with my family's own business because of some of their practices that I couldn't get them to stop doing. And that was all part of that kind of industrialization that I fought very hard against. I would prefer the single creepy guy handling it who's paid well and knows you. But if my uncle would prefer to root through people's ashes for gold teeth and sell them for profit, then that's kind of on him. You know what I mean?
They're not using the gold teeth.
I agree. They aren't using the gold teeth. But my proposal was to take all these funds that we get from implants and gold teeth and put them into a funeral fund for all the poors. But
Yeah.
nobody liked that idea.
Nobody likes that. Nobody wants that. Nobody.
Yeah. Some of the poors deserve it.
Throw the pores in a big hole.
Cover them
A lot
with
of
some
them
talc powder, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to get a big enough hole if you have a fatty too. The real problem is vaults covering a fatty.
Oh man. All right. This has been very illuminating.
Yep.
Call in
Sorry for making
again.
your day a little worse.
Call in again sometime. And
Yeah.
keep sending
I'm
us your
always around, man.
stories. What's that?
I said I'm always around, man.
Randy texted me after the last email you sent. He's like, "There's got to be a show about this guy solving mysteries from like the funeral home." You know,
I'm in the process of, it's not necessarily a show, but I am filming some educational videos about how to move a dead body, and that's what the series is called. It's taking a while because it's hard, but I go over all kinds of different things, including the big 3 rules of moving dead bodies, which I will say right now.
Okay.
Rule number 1, do not scare the townsfolk.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Rule number 2, keep the body secure at all times. Don't
Mhm.
fucking drop the body. And rule number 3, do not bring the right body to the wrong place or the wrong body to the right place. Follow those 3 rules, you'll generally be all right.
Rules to live by.
Yeah. You don't
Rules
bring
to
the
live
right
by.
body to the wrong place.
Yeah, facts. Well, I appreciate
Good
you
to
guys
know.
having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank
obviously-
you. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thanks
for your
calling in.
emails.
We need you on
any
Weight Watchers
death-related
5.
Yeah, send us more fat stuff. Any more fat
Always.
explosions, send them. All right,
I'll
buddy.
send you guys the kangaroo pouch. Later, guys.
Yeah, see ya.
See you, man.
Kangaroo pouch. He must have a whole bunch of slang that I don't even want to know about.
Dude,
Come on, man.
that's the fucking pool
The
cover.
singing body bag? Ah,
That
no.
is up there. That has to be one of the funniest, most fucking...
I love you.
The only thing that could
Five
have been
Nights at Freddy's
crazier
shit.
is if the dad ripped out of the bag.
That's what I thought was going to
That's
happen.
what I was like,
Coffin flop.
coffin fucking flop, dude. Body bag flop.